Hello everyone, my name is Beansprout, and recently I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite due to its early launch. So far, I have around 50 hours in the game, and I've enjoyed nearly all 50 of them. But there is a few things that have been getting under my skin, and with all the complaining about mode selection and battle pass progression, no one is mentioning these major issues with the game. And the thing is that these are not random nitpicks either. These are things that are integral to the Halo experience that I think just need a bit of work. And like I said, I have enjoyed a lot of my time with this game, and I like it a lot, but I feel like I need to mention these things in order for the game to improve. So, where better to start than with random weapon spawns are annoying. There is a reason why I don't like to play Battle Royale games. What I mean by this is that when you're playing a game like Halo or Quake or Doom or any other arena shooter, there comes a point where you decide that you're going to learn all of the weapon spawns around the maps. Well, in Halo Infinite, you can't do that, because there is a couple different versions of each map's weapon spawns, which can be extremely annoying sometimes, especially if you want to try and learn weapon spawns like you can in literally every other Halo game. Thankfully, I'm sure at least that this is not an issue in ranked, but I'm still pretty salty about other ordinary non-ranked game modes. And to give an example of what I mean, one match you could think there is a rocket launcher on the pad, but no, actually it's a cinder shot, and this can be extremely frustrating sometimes. Now, moving on to the next issue. There is not enough weapons. For reference, the weapons in Halo Infinite are the assault rifle, the battle rifle, the commando, the sidekick, the bulldog, the sniper rifle, the rocket launcher, the hydra, the pulse carbine, the needler, the plasma pistol, the energy sword, the gravity hammer, the mangler, the disruptor, the stalker rifle, the ravager, the skewer, the shock rifle, the heat wave, the sentinel beam, and the previously mentioned cinder shot. So, that's 22 weapons, which is a great number of weapons, but considering this game is a sequel, it is kind of pitiful, because this game only has 2 more guns than Halo 3. Yes, Halo 3. A game that came out 14 years ago. I feel that there's also a lot less of a presence of legacy weapons, and some other goofier fun weapons like the fuel rod cannon or Halo Reach's grenade launcher. What Infinite needs, in my opinion, is more weapons, because while there's a lot of creative new ideas being added in, like the heat wave or the shock rifle, I just think that this refined sandbox isn't the way to go. And the thing is that there was going to be more guns, because people have found some of them, such as the saw, spiker, and the fuel rod cannon. But I do really hope that these weapons aren't finished because of time constraints, not so that they can use to promote new seasons of this game in their stupid live service system, which in my opinion is only going to hurt the game in the long term. The new vehicle spawn system is absolute hot garbage. It is so stupid. And with us not only having asymmetric vehicle spawns, which will give one side or the other an advantage over the other, leading to some frustrating moments where your team gets a ghost and the other team is demolishing you with a wasp. And thanks to this game's progression of power system in Big Team Battle, I have never once used the Scorpion or the Wraith. Actually scrap that, I have used the Wraith once, and it was very brief. It was in a big team battle match that I was recording, after I wrote this script, so, yeah. Anyway. And until Forge comes out, I am probably not going to be able to use these vehicles, unless I'm going to be using them in the campaign. Personally, I would like to see a ranked big team battle mode added, with the same settings as ranked arena, i.e. battle rifle starts and all that jazz, but also with the addition of vehicle spawns such as those in the classic games. Not only do I think that this would make BTB a lot more fair and a lot more fun, but I also think that it would be able to make the power trip of having a heavy vehicle even more common, like it is in the other games. And even better than that, they could introduce a Big Team Heavies playlist where both sides have classic vehicle spawns for heavy vehicles. I would absolutely love this because Big Team Heavies is one of the funnest game modes on the planet. My only concern with 343 introducing new game modes is that they will be limited time like Fiesta was, when in reality modes like Fiesta, Big Team Heavies, Infection and so on should be permanent modes and not locked behind some stupid live service event system. And if I'm going to be honest, the main thing dragging Infinite down is the live service system. And going back to vehicles, aside from me barely ever getting to use the fun vehicles in Infinite, it also feels like there's almost no vehicle variety. Just like with what I talked about with the weapon sandbox, I don't think that there is nearly enough vehicles in this game to justify its emphasis on Big Team Battle. For context, the vehicles in Halo Infinite include the Warthog, the Mongoose, the Scorpion, the Wasp, the Razorback, the Gungoose, the Rocket Hog, the Banshee, the Brute Chopper, the Ghost, and the Wraith, which is 11 vehicles, which is basically nothing considering you barely ever get to use half of the vehicles. Yeah, sure, there's a decent variety of vehicles, and most games nowadays would be lucky to have this many unique vehicles, but there isn't enough team-based vehicles anymore. Mentioning this at this point is basically beating a dead horse, but I do really feel like part of Big Team Battle's grander scale was hopping into a Falcon with some randoms on your team and flying around until the guy in the Scorpion shoots you down. But looking at these vehicles, there are only two vehicles I would consider team vehicles, and those are the Warthog and the Razorback. And let's be honest, the Razorback itself is really just a gunless Warthog, kinda like the troop carrier in Halo 3. So I do think adding some more new and old team vehicles into the game would be amazing. I would love to see the Falcon or the Revenant return in future maps. And I wouldn't be getting so angry about this if I didn't know that 343 has got a goldmine of new vehicles from the banished side of things for us to use. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff in Halo Wars 2? There's just so much potential for new vehicles, and I hate that 343 isn't using said potential. And the thing is that 343 is making use of the banished in the campaign, but now I'm worried that I'm going to see certain vehicles I like not in the game. And you never know, there might be certain enemy vehicles from Halo Wars 2 that have been turned into boss fights in the campaign. Keep in mind this is being recorded a day before the campaign comes out, but it's just speculation. Now, let's move on. Halo Infinite is a game that I like a lot, and I think it has a ton of potential to thrive in this modern gaming landscape. It really does feel like a breath of fresh air to have a new multiplayer game that isn't a battle royale. And to be honest, just the fact that it's a new Halo game is a breath of fresh air, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. And as of me reading this script, the campaign releases tomorrow, and it is probably out by the time this video gets released, so I'm going to be uploading a sort of first impressions video next week. So I'd recommend subscribing so that you know when that video is out. And while you're there, maybe you could consider leaving a like, checking out my Discord, my Twitter, and my merch store, as I'm sure that there's something there that will interest you. But now that that is all said and done, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.